So this is my 5th of 5 videos, and these are my favorite packs to open. I'm sure it's the same for a lot of people, the 3 reflection sets. You can't get every card that's been made in these, but there's a lot of variety, and 18 cards per pack, so there's always a good chance to get not only something good, but at least something interesting. And it makes sense that they're the most fun to open because they're also the most expensive. It's about $200 worth of packs, but it's just too fun to leave them sealed all the time. Packs were meant to be opened, so that's what we'll do. So starting with Reflections 1, of course they didn't say Reflections 1 at the time. They didn't know there was going to be more than one. Or maybe they weren't sure if there was going to be more than one. This was 1998, I believe, or maybe 1999. We can check the foil card copyright to make sure. But basically, the way I hear it, Decipher had way too many cards, so they made foil cards of some previously popular cards as a way to attract people into buying off a lot of their extras. So we're going to get a good mix from the first 6 sets in here. Maybe it's 7 sets, up to Special Edition. All right. So starting out with Special Edition, I think it sort of goes in reverse order then. Very nice interrupt to get. Okay, going backwards into Jabba's palace. Okay, these two go well together. All wrapped up helps you capture people, and you put them in the dungeon. And retrieve 2 force once per captive. It's a good thing they said once per captive, otherwise you can just keep taking them out and putting them back in there. Moving into Cloud City now. And we got a rare. Not the best rare of the set, but hey, it's the one that you can use with Ichuta to insult another character and cancel their game text. Human Shield, one of my favorite cards to play in a Bring Him Before Me deck. Vader has Luke captured. They attack Vader, and then Luke takes the bullet instead. Into Premier, a very nice Black Border Premier card to get. And of course, it's in great shape, being fresh from the pack. So 2 uncommons from Premier, not bad. We got to be coming up on our foil soon, probably right after these white border cards. Okay, I think the next cards are foil. Oof, it's red. That's not a good sign. What is thy bidding, my master? Ouch. So, some of the foils, I think they made just because they looked cool, but weren't super great cards. And I guess it does look cool. And not sure if we can be able to see the copyright here, but 1999 it is. I'm not sure if that's showing up on the screen. So this was right after Special Edition. I wish this was more true with my pack openings lately. And transmission terminated. And thankfully this pack is terminated, and we'll move on to Reflections 2. So, yeah, Reflections 2, a lot of good cards you can get. Foils of Luke and Mara and the Emperor and Vader. And there's also some stinkers too. So lots of times I'm happy in a Reflections 2 pack just to get something resembling a main. Not trying to be pessimistic, but that What is thy bidding, my master, was not a good omen. Starting out with the Luke's back. That's not a good omen. Okay, but we did get a rare in Reflections 2 pack outside of our premium cards, and that doesn't seem to happen to me super often. 2 rares, okay. Things are starting to look up. I think this is kind of an underrated card. Not that many people play Tusken decks or Weequay decks, but being able to pull any of those into your hand in Destiny 4 is not bad at all. Okay, so our foil card is an Outer Rim Scout. Very nice. And that came a little bit earlier in the pack than I expected, but that is definitely one of the better cards we could get as a foil. And it looks cool too. Alright, a lot of good comments. I mean, there's a lot of decent cards in here. This has been virtualized into a pretty good card, so is this. Oh, wow. Alright, so Luke's back, and then a Luke Skywalker Rebel Scout. So this is a very nice Reflections 2 pack indeed. Seems like my pessimism paid off. And the Bith Shuffle and Desperate Reach, fairly useful card. Our Japanese card, I forgot to mention we're going to get one of these, is, oh gosh, That's It, The Rebels Are There, I believe it's called. Seems like I always get Darkside Hoth in my Reflections packs. Pretty good card if you want to use a lot of Victory Star Destroyers. And we'll end with some Premier White Border as well. So, a very nice pack. Luke Rebel Scout, some good commons and uncommons. And where's our foil at? There he is, the Outer Rim Scout. So pretty good in an ISB Agents deck. These guys at least used to be. I'm not sure if people play them anymore. Big swarms of non-uniques don't seem to be that useful. But definitely a cool looking card with some good game text. And maybe he'll have a role in some decks. Alright, we'll finish up with the Reflections 3-pack. These are among the rarest packs in the game. Got a little bit of dust there we had to get rid of. So this was the second to last set, released in late 2001, I believe. And they had some preview cards, though, for the last set in there. So I think sometimes I forget that this was the second to last set. But from the stuff I've read, Theed Palace comes after this. This one's a bit tough. Maybe they seal it better because it has an ultra rare in there. That pack won't make it, but hopefully the cards are fine. So there's always a lot of white border to get rid of, it seemed like, at Decipher. Okay, Gift of the Mentor, very nice. Getting another rare in the randomized cards from the Reflections pack. That's not super common in my experience. Outside of Reflections 1, where you could get a lot of rares in there. Some Jabba's Palace. I think the foil's coming up soon. And a foil Jar Jar, so I guess that counts as a main character. Not the best card to get, but it's not... Ooh, I think there's a foil line on that guy too. Yeah, right across his face. So, yeah, it could be worse, I suppose. Armed and Dangerous. This is now virtualized into the Ray with Lightsaber. So that might end up being the best card in the pack. Point Man, one of my favorite cards. After it's been virtualized to make sure you can still fire your weapons. But we're coming up on premiums here, and there's lots of possibilities for premiums that we could get. So starting out with one of those fish. Oh, and that's interesting. I've noticed this with a lot of the... Is that a Jabba? Oh, it's a Bib. With a lot of the light side cards, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be angling it properly. There you go. So this is something that I'm not exactly sure how this happened. If I had to guess, it would be like a dull blade type thing, but there's a lot of light side cards that have this edge on them where it doesn't seem like they cut them quite right. So I have probably a stack of 30 or 40 of these of all the different characters. And yeah, not really sure how that happened, but it's a thing that's I found only in Reflections 3. So we have one more premium card after Bib Fortuna. We'll see what it is. Maybe it'll be something special. Probably not. It's an effect. Oh, another fish. Ouch. Okay, so 2 OPC killers and Bib Fortuna. Not the best pack there. And yeah, so you have your moments, alert my Star Destroyer, and watch your back. So I'm just going to focus on the Reflections 2-pack we had this time. Getting a Luke and an Outer Rim Scout there was very nice. So this was the last of 5 videos. I'll still be doing more videos in the future, but the last of the 5-part series, you might say. Thanks for watching. I hope you tune in for future videos and take a look back at some previous ones to see what else I might have opened.